Just want to make a quick statement. What change are they talking about? What do they want to get things back to? What do they want things back on track? What does back on track mean in their opinion? They said we need to get the America we had back on track. We had 8 years. Just like there was a black man on the news, and there was another person of African descent, if I should say, on if I can say that, I'll put it that way, on Fox News, and they stated we had 8 years of a mostly black president. He was mixed, but he was black. We had 8 years of a Kenyan president. Did he do anything but incite more issues? What happened under his watch? Ferguson, Trayvon Martin, multiple others. Black beatings, shootings, black on black crime. It went up during his administration. He had his chance. They said we need to get things back. Back to what? The same thing that was going on then? Police officers being shot and killed. School shootings on the rise, rampaging everywhere. Now that they want to take officers out of schools, that would be the perfect opportunity for some idiot to do something stupid. Some mind-controlled drone to do something stupid. These people act possessed. They act plain crazy. And the BLM movement is infiltrated in with Antifa. Antifa took responsibility for pulling that white man out of his truck, beating him senselessly yesterday. Anyone talking about that? Where's Biden? Where's Obama? Where's John Kerry? Where's all of them? Yeah, John Kerry was the Secretary of... I know he was the one that went over there and talked for peace and all that crap. Fake peace. Where's Hillary? Where's all these individuals? Talking. They're hiding in their bunkers. That's where they're at. They're hiding underneath, afraid to even be around all this mess. Then they're going to say that we need more help for a virus that they allowed to be infiltrated. They allowed to be spread. Sounds really, really familiar, doesn't it? Create something and then come in and create something, put it out there, and then pretend to be the hero that comes and saves it. And then Bernie said he's going to be closely working with Biden to bring in his agenda, which is the socialist, communist agenda. So if that happens, we're going toward communism. Now they're blaming Cuomo for undercutting the Democrats' message on the virus. Cuomo said he praised him for giving them all their supplies they needed months ago. Then he downed him just recently. And now the Democrats didn't like because he gave a little bit of hope. Because they apparently want to keep things so chaotic in such a riot, and they want to keep things so bad that they keep us down just enough to be under control and just enough to look for a saving grace in all the hope. In all the chaos. A hope in all of the chaos. And they want to pretend to be that hope. I don't know what hope they're asking for. They're doing away with everyone except young people and people of African descent they're talking about. They said they are our future. More like they're going to manipulate their minds. And I'm not the only one that's been calling the schools prison mind control camps. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Mind control camps. They said they're the most progressive. They have the most progressive agenda for black people. His statement, "Build Back Better." Well, they said it's meant to aid in economic recovery from the COVID-19 crisis, but he had that statement back before this even ever happened. But I've got something to state. If there's anything to his policies, he's been in politics for decades. He's been in politics for decades. When asked on the street, they asked people what Biden could bring, what is his most successful bill, and they couldn't answer it. If he couldn't do anything all this time, what makes you think he will now? Is anyone focusing on the racist comments that he used back in the day? He used phrases like, and I quote, "We already have," I can't say the word, "in our schools. Why do we need more desegregation?" He was basically getting at, we already have a slang word for black people in our schools. The N word, I'll just say, because I can't say it without being flagged. They can, but I can't say the word. As they can call each other that as being friends. But anyway, yeah, we already have blanks in our schools. That's what he said back in the 80s. Find it in newspapers. I think it was the 80s. He also said that, why do we need desegregation? That's what Biden said back in the 70s. Why do we need desegregation? He said our schools are already, and I quote, a jungle. Joe Biden praised the segregationist Southern senator. Joe Biden said this. He said, we don't need more, the N-word. Right here, Joe Biden's quote. Right there. Joe Biden said, we don't need more, right there, from bitshoot.com. N-word. No one's talking about that. He said, to be fair, I was quoting someone else, but still, he said I shouldn't have quoted it. Is it mentioned in the news? Nope. He also said that without orderly integration, his children will grow up in a racial jungle. So basically, in 1977, Biden stated that if they wound up doing desegregation, and if you don't do orderly segregation, orderly, meaning if you don't choose where you want to send your children to school, then my children will be in a racial jungle, meaning a jungle. They'll be living in a jungle. You know what that references to? Biden said in 1977 that desegregation would create a racial jungle. 1977. Non-orderly racial desegregation would create a racist jungle. And I don't want my children growing up in a racist jungle. Biden, 1977. It took them this long to declare a riot in Portland. They finally arrested a few people. But this is what this world would look like. Oh, well, maybe they would clear it up if they became president and act like the heroes, right? They let it all happen during this administration. Used to, if you even tried to peacefully protest, they would take you and they would arrest you if you tried to peacefully protest against something that the government was doing. Now, over one major event that was horrible, yes, it was horrible, but over one major event, they decided to just allow riots in the name of protests. Try to protest over school costs, tuition costs. Look what happens. Look what happened September 20th, 2016. The government arrested 31 students during a tuition fee protest. And that was when Obama was still president. Trump wasn't officially president until January of 2017, and then they tried to do everything they could to keep that from happening. Same thing, well, this was in Africa, but 31 students in America were also arrested. Where's this at? 2 students were arrested for blocking traffic. But yet, 2 students were arrested for blocking traffic on Michigan Avenue in the tuition protest. But yet, protesters can block traffic for BLM. They said they remain peaceful, so it's okay. They block traffic, but they remain peaceful, so it's okay. So that's perfectly fine. They said that protesters, they blocked traffic, but remain peaceful. Protesters here blocked Atlanta interstate traffic back on May 29, 2020. Nothing happened to them. But yet right here, I send you back to this. 2 students were arrested for blocking traffic. Two students tried to block traffic on Michigan Avenue over a fee on a tuition fee, October 24th, 2016, and they were arrested. But yet it's okay to do this. But not protest tuition. Makes a lot of sense. Give your thoughts. Peace.